So when developing a risk management plan, you want to have all your policies, your procedures, your forms, any type of informed consents, waivers, all of those need to be developed. Screening forms, have good written records, confidentiality, they need to be able to be locked. You want people to be able to be free and feel that they can tell you what their medical issues are, and that you're not going to be able to, it's not going to be open to the world. Now, if you have anything that's electronic, these things need to be secure and they need to be password protected. So, make sure you've got your waiver and form consent. So if you want to open your clinic, you've got to have forms, and you may need to run these by an attorney. Keep all forms indefinitely. There may be rules by state of how long you need to keep these. Your carry liability insurance. If you are an employee of a facility, if you're an intern of the university out at the site, we cover liability insurance for you. If you are working for yourself, you want to become a personal trainer and you want to open your own business, you want to open your own clinic, you're going to have professional liability insurance for yourself or your business. So that is a must. And some personal trainer certifications, recommend that. And it's pretty cheap. If you're just working as a personal trainer, you can get coverage for less than $200 a year. And if you have a business and you have multiple employees, obviously the cost is going to go up. Incorporate, form an LLC, sit down with an accountant, sit down with an attorney. You want to incorporate the business to protect your personal assets so that your personal assets are not liable. If somebody sues you, and they certainly can, the legal fees and all these things you want to be associated with the business, not with you personally. Once again, all this stuff can be covered in the risk management class. So I would really recommend not only reading up on this in the ACSM guidelines, but taking the class, especially for those of you who would like to own your own business. In the guidelines, Appendix B, they actually publish an ACSM's book on health and facility standards, talking about an emergency plan, document it. Who needs to be trained? Almost anybody. As type of your fitness certifications, you typically have to have CPR and AED. You may need first aid. For CPR, AED with the defibrillator, the AED is the defibrillator. For ACSM certifications, the personal trainer or the health fitness. AFA, you need CPR, AED. Group fitness certifications, you often need CPR as well. People who have the higher clinical certifications through ACSM often need advanced cardiac life support, so that is more similar to an EMT certification. So, that's something to keep in mind. The Charlotte Wise, they have every employee every year undergo CPR for adult, infant, child, first aid, and oxygen. And it doesn't matter whether you're the fitness director or whether you're the custodial staff. So every employee is trained in emergency procedures. So that is a benefit that they provide. Instructions. Where are AEDs? We're fortunate in the West Center that we actually have AEDs in our building, and that's not the case in other parts of campus. There actually are AEDs in all the campus police cars. So if they are dispatched to an emergency, they will have an AED in the car. So once again, we're fortunate in the West Center. How is EMS reached? So how do you activate EMS? So say something was to happen in the West Center, the procedure is to call the front desk and they will contact the police. So they don't call 911 directly. We need to call 3333 campus police, and then the system is activated from there. So that's very, very different than what you would experience in most types of facilities. You should always practice your emergency procedures quarterly at a minimum. So, and especially if you have new employees come on board, you want to train them in all the emergency procedures. So cardiac emergencies, so, follow your guidelines from when you had your CPR training. First of all, activate EMS. So right away, get the professional rescuers on the way. Then, do your check call care, perform CPR and rescue breathing as you need it, obtain the AED, let the AED do its job. If there's sudden cardiac arrest or, particularly ventricular tachycardia, you're going to use the AED. And the VTAC and the V-fibrillate will go to asystole in a matter of a few minutes, and then you cannot use the AED after that.